Hello and welcome to Future Tech. I'm Robert Zangler, and here beside me is Leon Wesson, and we're here to talk about mobile phones that are either made recently or planned for the future. For our first talk of the mobile phone comes from Leon, which is a Samsung Galaxy Fold. Leon, what did you tell us about it?
The Galaxy Fold recently just came out in this Samsung new phone. This phone is 2 screens and it folds out able to be one. But recently, last week, the phone been having major issues. One screen would glitch or the liquid would end up going to the other screen, causing both screens to be messed up. Now this is a big problem for Sony since this is the first time ever a company is doing this with the phone. And the price is outrageous. The starting price of the phone is $2,000, which is pretty much the price of 2 phones.
And for this latest import, the Fold is also made of plastic and of glass. So how does this compare to a regular phone?
Well, to a regular phone, it's really made of metal and glass. They only have one screen. But with this one, it's hard to get a case for it since when you open it, it's 2 screens. So it's hard to get a case for that. And when you close it, it's a screen right there. So it's technically 3 screens on the phone.
And so what makes the difference between using one screen and 2 screens into one?
Well, it's really just multitasking. If you're a big multitasker, I guess this is the phone for you. But I think they should market it as a note device or something that comes with a pen to have more advantage over Apple.
And so how does it hold up when it turns into 2 screens?
Well, Samsung built a special technology with hinges when it folds out into 2 screens, where the hinge becomes invisible when 2 screens are present.
And so are there any positive aspects?
There's already negative reviews on it, in a sense as there's no good screen protectors or phone cases that are durable enough to withstand damage from it. So this phone is pretty much a no-case phone.
So how does this compare it to this kind of technology, compare it to the Samsung Galaxy?
Well, it's the same technology, it's just more RAM. So it's pretty much, if you want more screen space, get this phone.
So for this new Galaxy phone, I think it's a pretty unique structure to it, but it can be questionable at best. You could probably just buy a touchpad instead, and you also have a thin phone, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think most of the people who's going to buy this phone is just looking for new things to get with their money. But you can just easily just get a tablet and have a smaller phone, which you can put a screen protector and hard case on without damaging your phone if you do drop it.
And for this next technology we're going to talk about is the next iPhone without a home button. And according to Gadget Thanks, without a home button, Apple had to figure out an easy way for users to turn the screen on, something easier than pressing the side button at a minimum. They hit a home run here with a new raise to wake feature. Now all you have to do when you want to check this time or renew notifications is to pick up the phone. Sensors inside will detect the transition from your desk, pocket, or purse, so by the time you could even look at your phone, the screen is lit up and waiting for you. Compare this to the old way. You have to pick up the phone, position your thumb over the thumb button, then click, and it's a nicer experience overall. Another thing for this iPhone is that for the Touch ID, your face has to be in view of the true depth camera for it to work. So that means when your phone's on your desk, you'll have to lean over so it can see you before it'll unlock, of course, that there's always the PIN or passcode. The second annoyance is how you have to swipe up on the lock screen to unlock your phone. This is because Face ID doesn't start scanning until you wake the phone by lifting or tapping. Once it sees an authorized user, the lock icon at the top of the screen opens, and only then you can swipe up to go to your home screen. But really, there are 2 downsides to the Face ID. In other areas, it's simply a better authentication system than a Touch ID. But it's the most important area where the Touch ID beats Touch ID is the overall security. There is a 1 in 50,000 chance an unauthorized user can unlock your phone with Touch ID. With Face ID, that number drops all the way to 1 in a million. That's not even getting into how it's a lot easier to fake someone's fingerprint without them knowing that it is to create a 3D model of your face. Also, the new gestures that it takes about 5 minutes to get used in the next iPhone. Apple has gone to great lengths to make the new navigation gestures as intuitive as possible. Just like you could swipe in front the left screen to go back on your old iPhone. The new iPhone lets you swipe in from the button edge to go home. For some, it may take the tiniest fraction of a longer second and then clicking the home button. But for others, it could even be faster. The entire bottom edge of the screen is your target area for this gesture, so it's actually a little easier to initiate it than a home button click. For multitasking, you no longer double click the home button. Instead, you do the home swipe gesture. There are lots of other small gestures like this, like opening control center, force closing apps, triggering reachability. They're all really simple. To be fair, the sides button, which many call the power button or sleep wake button, now it has a lot more responsibility than summoning Siri and taking screenshots. But all of these extra functions used to be solely the home button's burden to bear. There is also no more broken home buttons. My input for this new iPhone was questionable at first because I wasn't even sure how this is going to go without a home button, and so I think it's quite protective, but it's just like this new Face ID, and that way nobody steals your phone or uses your data, but it's also kind of like a different experience than just like a regular iPhone that you might know.
Yeah, the iPhone without the button and the Face ID been out for I think 2 years now, and I think a lot of people like it. The Face ID is working well.
And so thank you, Leon, for joining me.
Thank you. You're welcome.
And I'm Robert Zangler, and I'll see you next time.